is as if I live on a desert island. I feel like Robinson Crusoe, but I don't know if my ship will ever arrive. Good evening. The brothers Ahmet and Mehmet Altan are currently being held in a maximum security prison. Ahmet is a journalist and novelist, and his brother Mehmet is an economist and academic. They are being held because they are alleged to have sent subliminal messages during a television broadcast on the day before the coup in Turkey last July. They have not been tried, although they have already spent 5 months in prison. I was asked to write something new for tonight, but there is something very uncomfortable about writing from the misfortunes of another writer. So what follows is a collection of quotes. These are taken from letters from Ahmet's friend Yasemin Jonga, Ahmet's novel Endgame, tweets, newspapers in the US and the UK, statements by Ahmet and Mehmet Altan, Shakespeare, another Turkish writer, Asli Erdoğan, and other scraps. They relate to the brothers' lives, their work, the political situation, and the nonsensical charges. To make such a claim about consciousness makes as much sense as to claim we were speaking with aliens or could fly up to the night dressed as Superman or move mountains with the power of magnetism. A crackdown on opponents was already underway prior to the coup attempt, but it has now been hugely accelerated, perhaps because Erdoğan feels that with thousands having stood up to the army last Friday and with many still rallying every day in his honour, he now has an increased mandate to do so. At English Pen. Unfortunately, those two guys are coup plotter. Ahmet Altan has written one day before that Ati Erdoğan will be executed in coup d'etat. Pious Turks like his vision, perhaps more for the combative stance he takes against the West than for his references to the Ottoman past. And then he offered it the third time. He put it the third time by. And still, as he refused it, the rabblement hooted and clapped their chapped hands and threw up their sweaty nightcaps and uttered such a deal of stinking breath because Caesar refused the crown that it had almost choked Caesar, for he swounded and fell down at it. And for mine own part, I durst not laugh for fear of opening my lips and receiving that bad air. The thousands gathered at the funeral bayed for revenge, calling for the return of the death penalty to punish the Gulenist plotters. My experiences in prison are writing themselves into a memoir which will become a book someday. I had a novel in mind before they put me here. I think of that all the time. He is writing a novel at the moment, my happiest novel, he says. He is writing mostly in his mind. He's allowed to have a pen and paper, but with the state of emergency rules in effect, he cannot get any written notes out except for petitions addressed to court. He is a bit wary of the possibility of the authorities confiscating his writing. His vivid imagination and strong mind enable him to literally make up sentence after sentence and keep them in memory to be written down later. During the US presidential campaign, Trump referred in glowing terms to Erdogan's handling of a failed coup attempts that shook Turkey last summer. He spoke optimistically about the bilateral relationship, telling the New York Times that he hoped Turkey can do a lot about the Islamic State. Should the rule of law reign in Turkey again one day, I am confident that I won't be considered a suspect even for a second. I am a suspect now only because I demanded democracy. Altan only has a 4-foot by 9-foot walled-in, all-cement patio. The top is covered by wires. He goes out to smoke and do brisk walks, rounds and rounds for exercise. He is not allowed to go to the prison's library or the gym. He does not see anyone but his 2 ward mates. He eats all meals in his ward. He has a small TV and a small fridge and a kettle. Like that wisp of cloud I saw that day, I drove up to the mountain hotel. Faint dreams are blended into everything we experience. It is hard to believe that a trace of cloud, a dream that seems so small and insignificant beside reality, holds within it a secret longing that can colour the real. We don't see anyone else during the day. I do not feel a physical danger from other inmates or the authorities. Anyone who would dare to threaten me physically should give up on themselves. I love him for his love of words. I love for his love of people and nature. I love him for his strong sense of emotions. I love him for his courage to challenge convention and taboos. I love him for the wonderful ways he finds to express human experience. In the afternoon, the skies suddenly went dark and the rain poured down. I'd never seen rain like it, streaming down almost as if in a rage, big drops smashing on the ground like bullets, exploding into fragments before falling back down onto the earth. I stood there at the door to the veranda, watching the rain strike the earth as if the clouds were hurling down a million glass marbles. It was a tremendous noise. I breathed in the scent of the rain, a strong, refreshing smell, pure, the scent of the rain. As I am held under the state of emergency laws, sending and receiving letters or any written communication is absolutely forbidden. We meet our lawyers once a week, but all of our communication is verbal. It is true that the charges against us are ludicrous. They make no sense, but the problem is today that this nonsense has become the norm in Turkey. His kids bring him clean clothes every other week and pick up his dirty laundry. He wears his glasses in there. He is not on any medication. Plants were banned in prison, but some of the girls were trying to grow them in the bathroom anyway. The way they took care of these plants was incredible. Then they were caught and begged to keep them. That made me cry. Maybe you don't really understand, but the person who takes control of this place takes control of the town. Outsiders don't get that. Whatever it is that makes a man, well, it's the same in that this treasure makes the town. It's the centre of power, and power is never shared. If it is, well then, it isn't power. Thank you.